Hello, Midway Piper here. Hope all is going well. Got the microphone earbud thing in today, so hopefully the sound will be good. Housekeeping. Bert, Savinelli, 311, Meal, however the heck. The 311? Yeah, it's a 311, yeah. And in it, I have some GLP's Key Largo. I don't know why I keep going back to this blend. There's nothing that, nothing about it that screams anything miraculous. I think it's just a good overall, all-around blend. There's no additional flavorings or anything like that. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why. Anyways. Fall continues, as you can see. And today's video is going to be sort of a VR to the whole impending doom of the YTPC. I actually didn't know anything about these changes that were occurring until I saw Jess Piping's video yesterday. Had a brief conversation with Rudy Verkreisen as well. And I pretty much said the same thing to both of them. But I figured I'd make a video, and anybody else that's concerned about these upcoming changes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out Jess Piping's video on it. There's nothing really more to add to it. He's covered everything there pretty thoroughly, so thank you for that. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'll tell you a couple reasons why. Number one, most of us in this community, in the YTPC, I know I have people from other, watch the channel for other things, so the YTPC, for the most part, most members do not monetize videos. And I think this is going to be, if anything, at worst case scenario, it's going to be a hit on monetized videos. And most of those people who did monetize have either left or hardly ever put out content anymore. Because of other changes that were previously made. Which, we'll come back to that point in just a moment. I do not expect anything to really change on my channel, or most of our channels. Every time you upload a video, it asks, is this content for children? And you click no. I kind of effectively put an age restriction on it. Okay. Second of all, YouTube is owned by Google. YouTube is a very large funding source for Google. And they are probably not trying to get everyone to leave Google or YouTube. to go to other sources. That would be bad for their bottom dollar. Google, if you don't follow them, has had a lot of, not a lot, but some big legal concerns as to the size of the company and whether they are a monopoly due to their power in the search world. YouTube is the biggest streaming platform, really. For just regular video content. A Chrome browser. And there was a question of whether or not they'd have to divest themselves of some of those things. So I think all this is partly related to that. So that's number one. Number two, this is not the first time that there have been policy changes. I have been a presenting member of the YTPC or on YouTube at all for just a little bit over a year and a couple months. And in that time, I feel like every couple of months there's always a big worry about the end of the YTPC because of some policy change that gets made. So here we still are. And I know the YTPC has been a thing long before I was around. So I just kind of feel like it's been a couple of months and we're due for a, oh my God, the world's ending kind of thing again. Now, over time, the purpose of this channel has changed a little bit. It's I started off exclusively with pipe content, and it's sort of diverged from that. It's still a part of the videos, but it's not a make or break. I'm not taking down any videos. You know, I think at worst case scenario, I don't think they're just going to strike any channel completely off because of things that were presented in the past. You might get a strike for previous content, but I don't think they're going to go through and peg each one of your videos. Could be wrong there, but who knows? But I'm not going to go back through and watch all my videos, figure out if I said something that may or may not have offended what will most likely be an AI algorithm that will comb through all the videos looking for stuff. Because once again, as with most YouTube policy changes, it's very vague. There's no specifics about what they are going to change necessarily. And they do that on purpose. You know, if I end up with a strike, okay, it's a warning. End up with 2 strikes, all right, so there'll be a period of time where I can't upload a video. Okay. But you know, I have another channel I started ages ago for my apparel business, and I just sort of merged it into this. So, you know, if this channel comes crashing and burning, then, you know, I can always go back to putting content on the other channel. And, you know, just won't smoke a pipe while I'm doing it. But for me, it's not all about pipe content. It hasn't been for a long time. I'm not super worried, super concerned. If anything, making announcements like this, I think, you know, people who are worried about losing their channels are going to go and sort of purge their channels themselves without Google having to do a thing. So, that's just my thoughts on it. I'm not really worried. I'm not concerned. Yeah. If you do like my content and you are, you know, me taking the stance, of course, is a risk. But my other channel is Midway Apparel Life. I haven't uploaded anything on that channel in probably about a year. Maybe a little less than that, but the channel's still there. It still exists. Can always jump back over there to that. And, you know, regrow a following and whatnot again. The way the world keeps working, I don't suspect there will be a shortage of content to discuss. As far as moving off to other platforms goes, well, we've been through that before as well. You know, people found out that they were nowhere near as popular as YouTube, and they closed out their YouTube account and moved off to a different platform, and oh wait, this isn't very popular. And they never sort of regrow that following. If that's what you're in it for. I'm not really in it for that. I appreciate the friendships that have been made through this. And, you know, again, I have another channel, so I'll get back in and find out ways to contact people that I want to stay in contact with. You know, my website, my email address is in my channel description if you're interested. You want to reach out. Like I said, Midway Apparel Life is the other channel. So, worst case scenario, I'll end up back over there. I'm just not worried about it. Not worried about it. All these other channels, or not channels, platforms, Rumble and all that, they are more what do you call it? Echo chambers. People got on that platform for more conservative content, which is fine. That's all you're going to get. It's kind of like everybody, you know, jumping off and going to, you know, I'm going to boycott X. I'm going to go to Blue Sky. Okay, cool. Now you're in an echo chamber. Good job. Not interested in that. The purpose of my channel is to express viewpoints that I hold. And it's open for conversation. If somebody believes something different or disagrees with what I say, comments are welcome. VRs are welcome. I've never said just because I believe something is correct. I'm always open to new information. I've in the past been all over the spectrum. I've been a bleeding heart liberal. I've been a uber conservative. I've held pretty much all the viewpoints in the past. And as I learn new information, it's changed me. As it should. If you're the same person you were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, you're probably not doing things right. So, those are just my couple of thoughts on this whole YouTube change. When these changes take over, be business as usual, unless my channel doesn't exist anymore. In which case, I'll be over on the other channel. I know Jess has responded to my comment on his video. Heard from Rudy. Interested to know the rest of you. What are your thoughts on this whole thing? It's it is what it is, right? So long as we continue using some other company's platform to jump online and discuss things, there's always a risk. Whether it be Rumble or any of those other companies, it doesn't really matter. So, anyways, that's it. Talk to you guys in the next video. Hopefully, assuming my channel's still here. All right. Have a good weekend. Make the most of it. Don't spend your whole weekends. At least here, it's absolutely beautiful. Don't spend your whole weekend crammed down in the basement watching old videos of yourself just in case of a purge. There's more to life than that. All right. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.